Take a look at our United Nations Peacekeeping 24-hour combat ration pack, menu 1, Western. This pack comes in at a total of 4,035 calories and weighs just under 2 kilograms. It's designed to provide complete nutrition to sustain one person in the field for 24 hours. Instant vegetable soup, 1 soap pad, salty biscuits, sugar, salty biscuits again, partially skimmed milk powder, fruit jelly, crunchy muesli with dried fruits, apple flavoured isotonic vitamin and mineral drink powder, a date and walnut bar, hummus or hummus, a pack of tissue paper, nuts and raisins, vegan protein shake lemon flavour, apricots and raisins, cereal bar with cocoa, chocolate cake, pork meatballs with pasta, sweet biscuits, a second pack of sweet biscuits, beef chili con carne, fruit and protein mix, hot sauce, spearmint chewing gum, a second partly skimmed milk powder, coffee, 2 tea bags, a second pack of spearmint chewing gum, 2 moist wipes, 3 more sugars, making that a total of 4, 1 chocolate bar, chili powder, 2 lots of salt and 2 lots of pepper, 1 reusable Ziploc bag, 1 wooden MRE spork, 1 ration stove, 6 fuel tabs, 6 windproof matches and 1 strike pad, 4 water purification tablets and 1 guide to using the heating kit. Let's take a look at breakfast. The first item we're going to have is the crunchy muesli with dried fruits. And then we're going to add some of the partly skimmed milk powder. So I'm going to hold enough back of this so that I can use it in the coffee, but it saves us just having water in the muesli. We'll set that to the side for a minute, finish off the coffee. Gonna add some sugar. We're also going to have the vegan protein shake lemon flavour for a bit of a protein kick in the morning. Take a look at the sweet biscuits. So you get 4 in the pack in a little protective piece of cardboard. I've not come across the fruit and protein mix before. I'm going to try and treat this a bit like a jam. So we're going to try this on some crackers. Let's put it on the tray first and we'll see where we're at. More of a fruit puree than a jam. Also going to try a cereal bar with cocoa. This is a very dense bar. So we have a coffee with partially skimmed milk powder and a sugar. A cereal bar with cocoa. Some sweet biscuits. Some crunchy muesli with some dried fruits. Again with the partially skimmed milk powder. Fruit protein mix. And a protein shake lemon flavour. Let's give breakfast a taste review. Let's start with the coffee. It's really nice. I actually think that the partially skimmed milk powder's got a nicer flavour than creamer. Next I'm going to go straight in for the crunchy muesli with fruits. So we've got bits of coconut and raisin in here. That's really nice. You can taste the coconut. I love raisins in muesli anyway. And it's got like that crunchiness, like a granola mix. it's actually really tasty. And the semi-skim milk powder mixed in with the water makes it feel like you're having your standard granola breakfast with milk. So far really good. Moving on, we're going to go for the sweet biscuit on its own. Not overly sweet, amazing crunch to it, and there's no staleness to that whatsoever. Probably one of the best biscuits I've had. Actually, it is probably the best biscuit I've had for the crunch, freshness, and just, yeah, it's just not overly sweet. That's actually really good. Next, we're going to try fruit protein mix. Looks a bit like baby food, if I'm totally honest with you. Oh, no, I do not like that. That's got like a starchy kind of bitter taste. I can't really work out what the fruit is in it. And yeah, the aftertaste isn't very nice at all. I'm actually getting throwbacks to that French experimental ration we had with all the different purees in it. I'm not a fan of that. I will put some on a cracker just for the sake of trial. So that makes it edible, but I still don't like it. I've tried to be honest in these reviews. That's a no from me. Lemon protein shake. I don't think I've had a lemon protein shake before. Unbelievable. I have to admit, I thought that was going to be disgusting. I kept that thought to myself, but that is genuinely really tasty. Now, it's pretty thick in this glass. Maybe some people might say you need to add a bit more water. Between that and the coffee, I think you've got enough fluids there anyway. That tastes like lemon meringue. It's creamy. The lemon is not too artificial, and it's got like a really like a dessert lemon cheesecake almost to it. Genuinely enjoying that. Next, we have the really dense cereal bar with cocoa. Not a lot of flavour to it. Not sweet. It's kind of, you've got a dull cocoa flavour to it. But one thing I will point out is it's full of nuts. And it looks like hazelnuts. But that's brilliant. In the fact that you're going to get a big protein kick and a lot of calories and a lot of nutrition. So you have your breakfast, and that you could have that between your breakfast and your lunchtime menu as a on-the-go snack. That was a great breakfast. That was really enjoyable. That protein mix puree, no thank you. I really enjoyed the granola cereal with the milk. I will stand by these being the best biscuits I've had. That was a really great start to this UN peacekeeping ration. So we're back for our lunchtime menu, and the first thing we're going to do is heat up our main, which is meatballs with pasta. That's going to go in boiling water on the stove, and then we'll open up the rest while it's cooking. So we've got a couple of drinks to do for lunch. The first one's going to be the Isotonic vitamin and mineral drink apple flavour. Apple flavour is actually one of my favourite flavours, so excited to try this one. And then we have a instant vegetable soup. Some salty biscuits. I'm looking forward to these, and I'm hoping that they are going to be as good as the sweet ones this morning. Then we have some hummus or hummus. I've not had this in a ration before. We got some nuts and raisins. Quite a mix in here. So we've got some cashew nuts, some almonds, some raisins and sultanas, and some sunflower seeds. That's a nice little mix there, like a trail mix. We've got a date and walnut bar. So this is surrounded by an edible paper, which you don't need to worry about removing. And then a fruit jelly, or a fruit jelly bar. Just got to be careful with the main. When it's taken out the boiling water, it's very hot. So Some decent sized meatballs in this one, and some little pasta shells in with the tomato sauce. So we have the salty crackers with some classic hummus, a apple vitamin mineral isotonic drink, meatballs and pasta in a tomato sauce, a instant vegetable soup, and then we have a mix of a date and walnut bar, fruit jelly bar, and some nuts and raisin and sunflower mix. Substantial lunch this one, so I think we'll start with the soup. Nice enough, not the greatest of, not too much flavour to it. I'm actually going to put a little bit of pepper in it, I think. See if that makes any difference. It helps a bit. Bordering on bland vegetable flavour to that soup. Warming and yeah, it's okay. Go for the salted crackers. Just as good as the sweet crackers this morning. Lovely crunch, not too stale. Just really tasty. Really good crackers. I highly rate the UN crackers. We've got the hummus on top this time. Great texture, great flavour, and really good on the salted biscuits. That's fantastic. That's the first hummus I've had in MRE, and I really, really rate it. Let's wash it down with some of this apple flavoured isotonic. Brilliant. It's not overly sweet, and you've got that kind of salty, kind of got the electrolyte salty taste which like comes in with it. There's a really nice apple flavour to it though. And then we've got the main, so I think we'll just do a bit of the pasta in the tomato sauce first. Pasta's kept its texture and its shape, and it's tasty. It's kind of like a rich tomato flavour. And I've got a chunk of the really nice sized big meatballs, pork meatballs. Really good, really tasty. Salty enough, you don't need to add salt to that. I'm actually going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to add some of this hot sauce in, make some fiery meatballs. I've just put the whole pack in, so I've yet to, I should have really tested it to see how hot the hot sauce actually is. But let's go for it. Fiery hot. Massive kick to that. Whew, that is some fiery meatballs. Right, going to try the other bits, and then I'm going to get straight back to those meatballs because I'm thoroughly enjoying them. So let's try the nuts and fruit mix. I've said it before, I prefer it when you've got a little bit of fruit to go in with the nuts. Just gives it that extra flavour, as opposed to just having the nuts plain on their own. That's really nice. That would be something, the amount of food here, that could be definitely a snack to have on the go. But as we're trying to get through and review the menu, we're going to be obviously adding a lot more onto the meals. Then we got the bar. Very sugary, very dense, and it's really tasty. Again, I keep saying it, but we could have had that on the go. And then the jelly bar, fruit flavoured sugar. So lots of sweet sugary stuff in there. That would definitely give you a bit of boost, a quick energy kick. Best part of this is going to be the meatballs. The meatballs are fantastic, followed up by the salty crackers with the hummus. I can take it or leave it with the vegetable soup and the sugariness. I mean, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm not the biggest fan of sweet stuff. I prefer my savoury. So far, breakfast and lunch have been really good, really enjoyable, and I am looking forward to finishing the rest of these meatballs. So I will see you back here later on this evening to do the last part of today's 24-hour ration. Back for the evening meal. We need to heat up the beef chili con carne, and then we'll take a look at the other stuff. So we're going to go for a cup of tea. Just a recap, so over the course of 24 hours we've had coffee, a lemon protein shake, a apple isotonic drink, and a cup of tea, and there is still an option for another cup of tea had we wanted to make another one. Chocolate cake, some apricots and raisins, some big chunky raisins, and a few free dried out apricots. We also have the chocolate bar. Take a look at the main. I can see lots of kidney beans and rice, some big peppers. Final meal of the day, just draining off the tea bag, which I forgot to do. So we got a cup of tea with sugar and some powdered milk. Really nice cup of tea that. Nice, the tea bag's actually pretty decent for a MRE tea bag. Nice flavour, quite a strong tea flavour to it. And again, like I've said all day long, the skim milk's good, really good. Just slightly got the edge on the creamer you get in rations. I think we'll go straight in on the main. So it almost looks like risotto rice with kidney beans and some ground beef. Salty, beefy flavour. There's no spice to it. I'll put some of this chilli powder in. I'm going to put quite a lot of chilli powder. I'm in a spicy mood today. Got quite a lot of chilli powder on there. Mix that in. A little bit of a kick. Not as spicy as a hot sauce. Got a delayed spice to it, but it's definitely giving it a bit more of a oomph. I really enjoy that. There's no need to put salt. Let's address something, right? There's no need to put salt in an MRE. We're talking about shelf-stable products here. The majority of items in here, in the savoury form, is going to have a lot of salt in it, just to keep it, because salt is a preservative, keeps things lasting for longer. So I've never really had a scenario where I needed to put a bit of salt. Next, we've got some of these raisins. These are some big old raisins, and they're full of juicy flavour. I'm really impressed with them raisins. Normally you get just dried out ones. Apricot. Yeah, really nice apricot flavour to them. I do like dried out fruits. I do think a good way of storing fruit. We've got a chocolate bar. The way I can liken that is Easter egg chocolate, which isn't a bad thing, especially if you like chocolate at Easter. And then we've got the chocolate cake, which looks like the exact same one you get in your British MREs. Dense, moist, delicious, are really good. These chocolate cakes are brilliant. And so are the pound cakes I had last week with the American MRE, which menu 24 blew my mind. In summary, this menu 1 UN Peacekeeping menu is fantastic. There are so many good components in here, so many things to enjoy. There's so much food in there. It's very much like your British ration. You get slightly less drink mixes. You get a few different components like the hummus. I'll keep saying that wrong, and I always will. And the mains are really good. So I highly recommend this peacekeeping ration. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. I love sharing MRE reviews. Every Friday on the channel we do military rations, MREs. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in the comments, say hello, because I like a big community of people talking and reaching out, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.